Katriel here, and I'm back for another video. I'm very excited, but at the same time a little bit nervous because for today's video, we're going to do a random Q&A. Faith-related, family-related, it's just personal questions. And side note, I do not know any of these questions, so my good old friend Rochelle, who's behind the camera, say hi. She's going to be asking the questions. She picked out these questions. Ayusin mo. Baka pagkatas nitong video na to, hindi na tayo magkaibigan. Na joke lang. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And I will be here. I have a lot of video ideas, and I have my life that's an open book. I want to share my life with you guys, and this is one of the avenues that I want to use to glorify God and to share His Word. So please subscribe, and congratulations to our channel because we have reached 700 plus subscribers. Thank you so much to each and every one of you who are supporting me. I'm very grateful. There's no big or small accomplishment. All of that to me is great. So let's get on with the questions, okay?
When did you start believing in God?
So as we all know, there are a lot of people who are very uncertain and undecided sa faith nila kasi some people want to believe God, but it seems like there's just so much chaos happening in the world which contradicts their belief. But for me, I grew up in a Christian home, which is a great advantage on my part, but it doesn't mean that from the start, I really had a serious relationship with God. Kasi hindi naman porket pinanganak ako sa isang Christian home or Christian family, ibig sabihin, Christian na rin ako or naniniwala na ako sa Lord. From the very start, I can honestly say that I've believed in God already. From the moment na nagkaroon na ako ng, kumbaga, nakakaintindi ka na, ganun, I already knew that God exists and He's real kasi I've seen the supernatural right before my eyes. I've seen the lives, if I should say, of my parents, like everything they've been through. So I really believed in God, but hindi ibig sabihin na malalim na yung relationship ko sa Kanya. I had to go through a few other things before I really took my relationship with God seriously. And to back up my answer, I'd also like to add that my choice to believe in God is not because my parents or my family or people around me believe in God. It's based on my personal encounter and experience with God. I know He is real.
When did you start being a serious Christian?
Okay, so that's what I was talking about, that I wasn't serious from the very start. I was just going to church, praying, reading my Bible because I was obligated to. Laging tinatanong ng parents ko everyday, nagpasa ka na ba ng Bible? Nagpray ka na ba? 12 years old ako nung tinanggap ko si Jesus as my Lord and Savior. And dun nagsimula yung journey ko with God na talagang sineryoso ko na yung relationship ko sa Kanya.
What's the best part for you for being a Christian?
The best part for me in being a Christian is my daily walk with God. The fact that every single day, I have a constant companion, a constant friend, a constant lover, someone whom I can lean on and rely on, someone I can depend on and trust completely through every season of my life, every up and every down. He has been there by my side. And for me, the best thing about being a Christian is really having an intimate relationship with God, not just religion or not just doing things out of obligation, but really having a sincere and genuine relationship with God. Like you know Him and He knows you, and every day you commune with Him, you fellowship with Him, you talk to Him, you hear from Him. That's the best thing about having a relationship with God, and that's the best thing about being a Christian.
Did you ever question why God called you?
Yes, my age. I'm very young, and there are times that I'm intimidated to teach or to preach in front of people who are much older than me. Some are double or even triple my age. So God really stirred up that confidence on the inside of me to preach and teach with confidence, knowing that He's the one guiding me. This is what really encourages me. The Lord gave this message to Jeremiah. It's found in Jeremiah chapter 1, and it starts in verse 5. This is what it says. I knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb. Before you were born, I set you apart and appointed you as my prophet or messenger to the nations. And then this is what Jeremiah responded to God. I can't speak for you, for I am too young. So that's also like in my mind sometimes, like I'm too young. How are people gonna accept me? How are people gonna respect what I have to say when I'm so young? And the Lord replied, don't say I'm too young, for you must go wherever I send you and say whatever I tell you. And don't be afraid of the people, for I will be with you and I will protect you. I, the Lord, have spoken.
How did you overcome every problem that you encountered?
I overcome them by going to God. That's just my number one solution. No matter what I go through in life, I know that I have someone I can run to and someone I can lean on in good times and in bad times. I don't just go to God when I need something. I don't just go to God when I thank Him for a big blessing. I go to Him in every season of my life. There's always hope. Even when you are going through something bad, it doesn't necessarily mean that like you're alone or you're forsaken. Sometimes God allows us to go through problems and conflicts and issues or dark moments in our lives because it's in those moments that we really realize a lot of things. So it's necessary to go through pain because sometimes pain is our teacher. So yeah.
When you're praying or waiting for something, what are you doing?
Wow, that's a really good question. I think masasabi mong nag-mature yung faith mo kapag kahit may pinagdadaanan ka tapos hindi sinasagot agad-agad ng Lord yung prayer mo. Hindi mo siya dinadoubt, kundi nagpapasalamat ka sa Kanya na pinagdadaanan mo yun. Kasi through that situation, merong tinuturo ang Lord sa atin. Kasi, let's put it this way, if God gave everything we asked for right at the moment, then we wouldn't need to trust Him, we wouldn't need to have faith, we wouldn't need to be patient. But we do need those things to make us strong. So I think we would be weak beings if God gave us everything exactly when we asked for it. One of the things about being a passionate person is you're impatient. You want things to happen like right away. Like when you're waiting for the right guy, when you're waiting for your business to explode, and like so many other things. When you're waiting for your parents or your friends or your siblings to change. And the thing is, we rush these things because we do it in our own strength. I'm not saying that I'm perfect in this area, but what He has taught me throughout the years is that when we pray for something, really put it and surrender it in God's hands. Don't try to make a way for it to happen in your own power, in your own strength, because you will fail. You need God. So the only way you need to fight that battle is by praising God, is by seeking God, is by surrendering it to God, and He will fight your battle.
Why do you believe in something you can see?
Because I think that most of the things that are the realest in this life are the things that we can't see. So many people base their beliefs on something that they can feel tangibly and something that they can see with their physical eyes. But the thing that you need to realize is that there's more to life than what you see. Just like the wind, for example. We can't see the wind, but we see the effects of wind. You see the trees swaying. Deep inside, they really know that God exists, but they try to convince themselves not to believe because of the painful things that they've gone through in their lives. They blame God for the death of a loved one. They blame God for something tragic that has happened in their lives. In my spirit, I know He's real and no one can convince me otherwise.
What's your biggest insecurity before and how did you overcome it?
So that would be my freckles. So back then, I shared in my video that when I was still young, I would pray every day to God for Him to remove my freckles. And I was so determined that I wanted my freckles to magically disappear that every morning when I'd wake up, I'd rush in front of the mirror to check if wala na ba yung freckles ko. Ganun siya kagrabe, ganun kagrabe yung insecurity na yun. And how did I overcome it? Well, I came to a point where I realized that God created me and I have flaws. I'm not perfect. I have a lot of imperfections, but I should learn to embrace everything about myself, not just the good parts, but even the seemingly bad parts. The truth is, it's our flaws and it's our weaknesses and it's our imperfections that make us truly beautiful. And not only beautiful, it makes us humble.
If you're given a chance to be an artista again, will you grab it or not, and why?
Wow. I think it depends. I can't say no, I can't say yes. I'm not closing the door on that opportunity kung will ng Lord na mangyari yun. If He opens that door for me, why not? If I can use that to glorify God, I'm not opposed to that in any way.
Did you experience fear for something before, and how did you overcome it?
I used to have a fear of what people would think or say about me. Like, sometimes I would go to public places, or sometimes even in my classroom noon, nung nag-aaral pa ako, pag may makikita lang ako na nagbubulungan, instantly iniisip ko ako na yung pinag-uusapan nila. Like, I'm so conscious of what people have to say about me. Until one day, God broke that chain off of my life. Kasi sabi niya sa akin, I don't want you to live for people, I want you to live for me. And what matters most in this life is that we glorify and please God, not people. Even if you have to go against the grain, even if you have to go against the flow of this world, even if you have to go against the current of this world, for as long as you're pleasing God, you're doing a great job.
What makes you happy every day?
God makes me happy every day. My source of joy is the Lord. He's my number one. And then, of course, He has blessed me with a faithful, loving, caring, and patient husband and a beautiful, sweet daughter. So those are also the blessings that come along with living a life in Christ. So I'm very grateful for those things.
What's your biggest regret in your life before?
Biggest regret in my life? Wow. Okay, this is something na never ko pa to na-share kahit kanino. Actually, first time ko lang i-mention to. But I'm not afraid because lahat naman tayo may past and we're afraid na i-mention yung past natin. Pero ako, okay lang. I'm ready to share it with you guys. I used to be a bully. Believe it or not. Nung bata ako, kasi I have this fierce attitude. My attitude used to suck talaga, as in super.
Did you ever experience being bullied?
I used to be bullied for my freckles, which is one of the reasons why it became one of my greatest insecurities. Parang maraming tao nagtanong, anong nasa mukha mo? Yun yung number one tanong. Anong nasa mukha mo? Anong nasa mukha mo? So of course, naging insecurity siya kasi ang daming nagtatanong sa akin. Pati ako, ano nga ba nasa mukha ko?
What's your embarrassing but funny moment in your life?
Alam niyo yung pagkaing sundot ko langot? Alam mo yun? Hindi. Alam mo yung sundot ko langot? Ay, hindi pala yun! Yema pala. Di ba yung yema is brown? So, kasama ko yung mga pinsan ko. And then, kala ko, nandun sila sa likod ko. So, bumili ako ng yema, tas color brown siya, di ba? Tas ang ginawa ko is binuksan ko, tas kumurot ako ng maliit. And then sabi ko sa kanila, humarap ako sa likod ko, tas ang bilis ko magsalita, kaya hindi ko na malaya, nawala pala sila doon. Sabi ko, tignan niyo ako langot, tas kinain ko. Tas yun pala ibang tao na yung nasa likod ko, I don't even know who they are. Nakatingin sila sa akin, tas yun, napahiya ako, umalis ako, wala na pala yung mga kasama ko.
What's your greatest testimony in life?
My greatest testimony in life would have to be meeting my husband. Kasi he transformed my life talaga. God used him in so many ways to change me, to mold me, and the thing about marriage kasi is you're really gonna see the best and worst sides of your partner. That's why a lot of people are afraid of having a commitment. But the thing about marriage is that you'll really see that person up close. You'll see all their flaws, all their weaknesses, all their imperfections. But that's what really helped mold me into who I am today. And also, one of my greatest testimonies, I have two answers for this. Pagbigyan niyo ako. Yung second is my parents. Kung hindi dahil sa faith nila, kung hindi dahil sa obedience nila sa Lord, wala ako dito ngayon. My dad sacrificed a lot. He left his country, he left his family, he left his job to pursue the calling of God on his life. He obeyed God, and I'm one of the fruits of his obedience. Even though he went through a lot of ugly stuff in his life, he still chose to obey God. And now, it's almost like that blessing was passed on to me. Now I get to enjoy my marriage and I get to enjoy a happy family as well. Just like what he modeled out for us when I was still single. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much everyone for watching this video. I really enjoyed filming it as usual, and I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting me. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, and if it touched you in any way at all, please do share it with your friends. Comment down below if you have any video requests. And also, turn on the post notification bell para ma-update kayo sa mga susunod na videos ko. Ay, nga pala! Also, don't forget to subscribe to my friend's channel, Rochelle's channel. Dito, ililink ko na lang below yung YouTube channel niya. Please support her. Subscribe din kayo sa channel niya. Thank you so much! All glory belongs to God. Bye!